Last time on Hope versus Despair, the class trial for Narwhalicus took way, and they found out that Fast was guilty. But then they realized this class trial isn't for Narwhalicus, it's for Peggy, so what they just did was completely useless. Let's see what they're up to now. Fools, absolute fools, thinking that I would kill someone. Didn't you? Yes, but the duo would never allow me to kill someone in vain. And I didn't. I did it because I knew. Narwhalicus was not listening to a duo. That's it? Exactly. But let's get the real class trial underway. Narwhalicus' death was pointless in this class trial. Calling a friend's life pointless? Even I would get in trouble for that. Well, his life wasn't worthless, but his death in this class trial is meaningless, since we are here to talk about Peggy. Don't you dare disrespect one of our friends like that. Atu was saying that you all just don't get it. We are not friends when we are here. We are enemies, sworn on saving our own lives. Fast does have a point. We should talk about what we know about Peggy Ubsaba's case. That way we can see what we don't know and what we need to solve. Yeah, I'll start. We know that Peggy Ubsaba was killed in the freezer by freezing to death. We know that the drug was missing in the freezer. We also know that the 3 people to discover the body was Tenku, Barry, and Shelton. I think there was a lock on the door, but on the inside. I can't think of just one killer for this. I agree with that. You see, there can't just be one killer, because the way that the killer used it, it's the freezer door. The freezer door requires 2 people to open. Falsities will not allow. I'm saying that is complete nonsense. There is one among us who could possibly lift that door all on their lonesome. And they have just the motive to do this crime. And it's simple, really. If you couldn't see it, you're simply blind. With his tomfoolery words, no one will know what he's talking about. I must see the flaws in his argument. That way this falsity doesn't continue. Here's how the case went down if Barry killed Peggy. First, Barry could have easily led her into the freezer, opening the door all by her lonesome. Then put Peggy in the freezer, closed it, just the right motive, because things, just the right means, because of those very things. So Barry simply did this crime. That's wrong, and I can prove it with this. We tried, remember Tenko? Yeah, not even Barry could lift it on her own. Yeah, that's right. So, you're saying the killer used an accomplice? Yeah, an accomplice doesn't seem logical, especially in this killing game. Only one person can graduate, isn't that right, Neku? Yep. If you do use an accomplice, only the one who swung the bat, metaphorically, will get to leave, not the person who lured him there. Yeah, so why would the killer use an accomplice, and why would the accomplice help? That's a good point. But there's another thing that's bothering me. Are you talking about the time? Yeah, it's blurred out the Neku file, and if we know the time, we can know who has alibis or not. Well then, let's simply find the time. Sorry, but shouldn't we know the time of death? Yeah, we should. Yeah, I'm not a medical expert or anything, but doesn't ice preserve bodies? It does. Yes, that means Cole must have been lying. No, I wasn't. No, guys. A falsity somewhere. But where? The amount of falsities said today is quite preposterous. Agreed. But I think I know why Cole couldn't tell the exact time of death. Exactly. It was the drug used to get her in there. How do we know it was used to get her in there? Well, the drug was missing, so we can assume that they used it and then took it out. That way we couldn't see that it was used. But by doing that, we can assume it's used. Exactly. And due to Shelton's account, that causes increased sweating and fatigue. And sweating is not good for telling when a body is, especially in a freezer, because it will freeze. I know that's weird, but it's the truth. Exactly. So the killer did that. That way we couldn't pinpoint the exact time of death. Exactly. Oh, okay. I just thought it was weird. Sorry. Well, let's identify who saw her last. It was I. Yeah, really incriminating yourself. Well, not just I. All the Atua members at the time saw her. She was at the Atua breakfast, but then she left, and during the day no one saw anyone. So, really, doesn't help much, but Atua is telling me it will help us solve this crime. The flamboyancy. Yeah. So, early in the morning, huh? That doesn't help. She could have been killed any time. But didn't people go in the freezer? Yeah. Stuck? Need a hint? This class trial's a little difficult. And I don't like giving hints, but it seems y'all are gridlocked. And gridlocks are just boring. So, instead of focusing on the exact time of death, focus on the weird side effects of the drug and the weird preparations, and you might be able to find a general time of death. What were the weird parts of the medicine? I remember. The drug had a weird cork that it had to be kept frozen, but to be used, needed to be taken out 15 minutes before. Yeah, so we know at least between 12, a little before 12, so like 10:30. No, because that's when the body was. It's very complicated to get a timeline since none of us knew the time. Neko was the only thing that gave us a sense of time. So we know at least 15 minutes after the breakfast to right before we discovered her body. Can we call that hour 9? Sure. And 15 minutes after the to a breakfast would be about 8:15. Okay, so anywhere from 8:15 a.m. to 9 p.m. That doesn't help, but I would like to isolate the time a little more. What do you mean? I was the first to discover Peggy's body. Also, I saw her at around, if we'll call that 8:15, noon, because reasons. And I saw her body, if we call the time of discovery 9, at about 8:30. Ooh, this brings up a good point. If more than 3 people see the body at the same time, the body discovery announcement will still activate. I think it's important for this crime. But yes, I can isolate the time to 12 to 8:30. Isn't that incriminating yourself? We already went over how I couldn't have alone done it. Interesting. But who would be Barry's accomplice? Why are you trying to frame Barry? I don't think it's Barry for entanglement of interests. Yes, could not be. But wouldn't a killer want to use entanglement of interests? I smell burning toast. Wouldn't they want to use that to make it seem like they didn't do it? Yeah, that does seem like a good point. I didn't. I would never do that. Yes, very too sweet. Wow, gridlocked again. Let's get the morphomatic class trial room. Let's see who the winner of this argument is. Did Barry use her interest entanglements to kill her? It's obvious that Barry used them. Barry would never. Barry's too sweet. Yeah, but we've seen sweet people use their relations to kill people, like Daphne. Daphne did not feel the same way about us as Barry feels about Peggy. Yeah, it just seems a little suspicious. Why does that seem suspicious? You're not giving any concrete proof. Yeah. Neither are you. You are just going off falsities. Friends can't be trusted in this game. That's right, but we should still keep up that Barry would not have a suitable accomplice. Yeah, Shelton does make a good point. Yeah, who would it be? Who would help someone? Mindlessly, pretty much. Atua will never know. Sorry, Barry, that I keep accusing you. It's just suspicious. But Atua is clearing you as innocent. For once, I like him. Well, it's settled. According to you, Barry did not use her interest entanglement to kill. Is that all the clues? Can we not figure out an exact time? No. Usually someone would say that they know who it is, but this case doesn't make sense. Combined with the Narwhalicus kill, there's too much conflicting evidence for both. I know this is cliche, but I know who did it. Huh? Because what someone said, it connect dots. Well, Atua must know who did it. That way they can be sent away. In fact, does Atua know that it was you again, Fast? Just because I murdered someone doesn't mean that Atua would allow me to do it again. Yeah, that doesn't help that you murdered someone, but besides that, you could have done it all. Huh? Well, not necessarily you. You see, I think Narwhalicus was actually the killer. The group gasping is on point today. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. But are we sure Narwhalicus did it? I mean, how do we know? Well, all of the clues don't point to anyone that's alive. They point to someone who could rely on someone else, which we learned is the Atua cult. And he seemed very passionate about it. So, and Peggy was very, very anti-Atua. So, the fact is Peggy was anti-Atua and Narwhalicus was passionate, but that does not mean that he killed. Because that means I would get punished for his deeds. And yours. Technically. But Atua will not allow this. And you knew it the whole time. Because I bet you were his accomplice. You don't mean that I aided him? What I think is that you helped him close the door. You didn't think anything of it until, well, we found the body. And then you killed Narwhalicus for tricking you. No! You cannot spread lies. The Chua will not allow it. Thinking I would ever help another killer? I only killed Norwallicus because he was being annoying. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't look into this. You are simply spreading simple falsities. No, I'm not. Me, a killer of Norwallicus? I would never kill such a member. Even I would be killing in vain, and we all know that I would never do that. I only killed Norwallicus because I had to. See? No. What's your proof? Give me your proof, huh? You don't have any. It's simply funny how you don't have any proof. Achua tells that you have no proof that I helped Norwallicus kill Peggy. Even we don't know if it's Norwallicus. Well, we do know that it's no one alive right now, and I don't think Peggy unalived herself. No option is not an option. Abby, if you're gonna clear this up now. It's starting to get confusing. Confusing? Huh? Who knows her? I don't. Achua says that I simply couldn't have done it. I didn't even know that it took 2 people to shut the door. Not until this class trial, and we proved that by me accusing Barry. That is true, but I know that it was him. Prove it. Give me your closing argument. And if it makes sense, then fine. I'll admit that I helped. If I did, but if I not, may Achua strike you down now. Be prepared to be stroken down. Okay, I will. Here's my closing argument. Here's how the murder of Peggy Upsaba happened. Well, our killer was very upset that Peggy didn't like the Achua cult, since they were so passionate about it. When going to grab waffles, which we learned from Mary's account, they must have seen the drug and had an idea to get rid of Peggy and her ideas. Later, we confirmed that Peggy and Barry's alibi was seen making it around 12 p.m. Then, we don't know where, but we can assume that Norwallicus went up to Peggy with the drug and drugged her after being yelled at for what the heck. Then he dragged her and put the drug in the student council room that we learned from Cuddles and put a tarp over it. Then in the freezer, he realized he needs 2 people to complete this murder if he's going to put her in the freezer. So, he asked the only person he knows, the other killer. The other killer and the present killer opened the door, the other killer not knowing what they're doing. Then, our main killer drags Peggy into there, and due to this odd drug, her sweat freezes even though it shouldn't. Then, he puts a lock on the door just to confuse everyone who doesn't know about the door's odd quirk. He grabs a can of soup, that way it looks like he just went in there to get it. He thanks the other killer for helping him, not knowing that a murder had just happened. The other killer gladly sees, but when he looks through, he sees something. So, our 2 killers are Norwallicus and the punished. Is that how it happened? The punished killer, Fast Tiada. Ah! Ha. 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 You foolish fools. You too as makes me laugh, your foolishness. That's what my deduction led me to. Yeah, I think we're ready to vote. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please get ready to vote for who done it. Everyone, please write down the name of who you think done it and send it up this way. If you foolish fools vote for me, you will all be eternally damned by Atua. Just vote. According to you, the killer of Narwhalicus and Peggy is... Drum roll, please. Fast Isaba! Atua will never let me be voted. And yet he did. The shame, the shame, the shame, the shame, the shame, the shame, the shame. Now I will reveal the killers. The killer of Peggy Usaba is... Get ready. Almost there. Narwhalicus Kenku. And since Narwhalicus Kenku was murdered, whoever is the murderer of Narwhalicus Kenku is the killer. The killer of Narwhalicus Kenku is... Please get on with it. Fast title. You got it right. Exactly. Perfect. Perfection. Atua. Do you want to know why he did it and ask him questions? I don't care. Punishment time is my favorite, and you all know it. So whenever you want, let's get this show on the road. Actually, yeah, I do want to talk to him. Thank you for gracing me and letting me live living longer, even though I am the prince of about to die. Why'd you do it? Well, let me flash back. Thanks. You really helped us out. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And I killed Peggy. What? Atua would never allow that. I did it. And I did it for Atua. He told me that I must. I don't believe you. Look, I made this murder impossible, too. Just because she wasn't an Atua member doesn't mean you should have killed her. Why did you do this? And did I help? You did the best help. You helped me make this murder impossible. This cannot be. Atua will punish you. Atua will punish you with the greatest he can. Atua can't punish me for doing something you instructed me to do. Make sure the Student Council lives on. You are a heathen. Goodbye. Wait, no, come back. I kept this a secret because he threatened to kill me, but I killed him first. Ah, self-defense, in a way. Yeah. And seeing that dead body, it drove me insane, so I did it again. You never know how one action could affect a person. Well, does anyone else have any questions? So you didn't kill Peggy? No, I have too much respect for her. She was a spitfire, a real go-getter. Atua would have loved her. And I hope Atua loves me. I'm ready to be sent off to Atua. Wish me well, everyone. I will see you all. 'Cause we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but on some sunny day. Well, let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Woo, the cement boots and tied up. Looks great on ya. Time to go into the pool. Sploosh. Atua granted my final wish to die by water. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Let me go. No, I don't want this anymore. No, please. Please, please, please. Plop.